Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about something small but super interesting, a tiny coin that might be worth a lot of money. It's the 1939 one penny from the United Kingdom. At first glance, it just looks like an ordinary old coin, but for some people, it could be worth over $2,000. That's right, just one penny, and it might be worth more than a brand new smartphone. Now, you might be thinking, how can such an old and simple coin be worth so much? Well, that's what we're here to talk about today. Every coin has its own story. It has its own market value, its own history, and its own design. Some coins were made in huge numbers, while others were made in small amounts. Some have little mistakes that make them rare. And some are just super hard to find today because most of them were lost, damaged, or melted down. The 1939 one penny is one of those coins that has become interesting to collectors all over the world. This coin was made in the United Kingdom during the time when King George VI was the ruler. You might know him as the father of Queen Elizabeth II. His face appears on the front side of the coin, which is called the obverse. On the back side of the coin, called the reverse, you'll see a seated figure called Britannia. She's a symbol of Britain, holding a trident and a shield. The design is very traditional and has been used on British pennies for over 100 years. It's actually a very beautiful and detailed design when you look closely. Now let's talk about the year 1939. That year is important in world history because it was the beginning of World War II. The world was changing fast, and so was the way countries made things. In 1939, the Royal Mint in the UK made fewer pennies than usual. Why? Because they were saving metal and other materials for the war effort. Coins weren't a priority anymore. Instead of making lots of coins, the country was focused on making things like tanks, ships, and airplanes. That meant fewer coins were made and not as many survived over time. Because fewer pennies were made in 1939, they are now considered more rare. And when something is rare and people want it, the value goes up. That's exactly what happened with this penny. Collectors love it because it's hard to find, especially in really good condition. Condition is a big deal in the coin world. If your coin is scratched, worn down, or has dents, it's not going to be worth as much. But if it looks clean, shiny, and well preserved, then collectors are willing to pay more. The best condition is called mint state or uncirculated. That means the coin looks almost brand new, like it was just made yesterday. If you find a 1939 penny in mint state condition, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some people have sold them for over $2,000. But there's something else that makes coins even more valuable, and that's called a minting error. Sometimes, when coins are being made, small mistakes happen. For example, the coin might be printed slightly off-center. Or the design might be doubled by accident. Or maybe a letter or number is missing or smudged. These are called mint errors, and they are very rare. But collectors love these errors because it means the coin is unique. No other coin looks exactly like it. If you have a 1939 penny with one of these errors, the value can go way up, even higher than $2,000 in some cases. Now you might be wondering, how do I know if I have a rare or valuable 1939 penny? First, check the date. Make sure it really says 1939 at the bottom on the back side. Then, look at the condition. Is the design still clear? Can you read all the words? Is it shiny or really worn down? Next, check for any strange marks or signs of errors. If something looks odd or different, it might be worth checking out with an expert. You can take your coin to a local coin shop or get it looked at by a professional grader. These people are trained to tell you exactly what condition your coin is in and if it has any special features. You can also look online at websites like eBay, where you can see what similar coins have sold for. This can give you a good idea of what your coin might be worth. If you want to sell your coin, make sure not to clean it. That's very important. A lot of people think cleaning a coin will make it more valuable because it looks shinier. But in reality, cleaning can actually lower the value. Collectors prefer coins in their natural, original condition, even if they look a little old or dirty. Cleaning can scratch the surface and remove important details. Some people collect coins as a hobby, while others do it as an investment. Either way, coins like the 1939 1 penny are exciting to find because they connect us to history. This one coin was made over 80 years ago, during a time of great change in the world. It passed through the hands of ordinary people, was used to buy small things like food or newspapers, and now it could be sitting in someone's drawer, forgotten. You might even find one in your own home. So check your old coin jars, your attic, or maybe ask your grandparents if they have any old coins from the UK. You never know what you might discover. It could be a coin worth a few dollars, or it could be something much more valuable. Remember, each coin has its own market value, history, and design. The 1939 1 penny is just one example of how something small can hold a lot of value and meaning. It shows us that even everyday objects can become treasures over time. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful or interesting, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more videos about rare coins, hidden treasures, and cool collectibles. And let us know in the comments if you've ever found an old coin or if you think you might have a 1939 penny. We'd love to hear your story. See you next time, and happy collecting.